Hello, and welcome to my vlog about the city that never sleeps, New York City. We're starting our trip off in Times Square, as you can see. And keeping to what I consider a tradition for every time I come here, first thing I did after getting to my hotel was go out and get tacos for dinner, this time from Los Tacos number 1. Perfect meal after a long flight that put me into a food coma to rest up for the next day. I woke up bright and early to make my way over to the High Line, which is a public park created on a former elevated rail track. And it offers really great views of the city and was just a really chill way to start my morning off. I love that in contrast to all the hustle and bustle in Times Square, there's just this calm place you can walk around full of trees and nature. After that, I stopped by Pier 57 and Little Island, which is another little oasis in the midst of the concrete jungle that is New York City. There's also this cute little market with food and relaxed spaces for people to meet up and hang out. This is me going up the elevator to the rooftop, where there's geese! So many geese, and so much poop, which I didn't show a picture of. But anyway, here's a nice view from the rooftop. Very chill, very relaxing. Right across the street is Chelsea Market, which is housed in a historic building that used to be the National Biscuit Company factory, or Nabisco, which is where the Oreo cookie was invented. Fun fact. There's a bunch of different restaurants and shops here, but I grabbed lunch at this Mediterranean place called Mise Non. This is my poorly filmed footage of the folded cheeseburger I ate, but it tasted really good, trust. And here we are at day 2, where I went to get a good old New York bagel at Best Bagel and Coffee, which really lives up to its name. Well, I didn't try the coffee, but the bagel was really good. There was a huge line out the door. All I got was a plain bagel with garlic cream cheese, but it was so big, really chewy and good, and you can tell it was made fresh. Me and some friends then stopped by Magnolia Bakery, which is known for their banana pudding, which I didn't really know about, but my friend wanted to try, and it was really good, actually. Then we went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which was the perfect rainy day activity. It was definitely raining that day. This museum is huge, and I didn't even get to see the whole thing. I'll have to come back here sometime and spend the entire day, definitely. But I mainly checked out the medieval armor and contemporary art exhibits, also speed walked through some of the classical paintings. But I think the suits of armor and weapons were my favorite because they're just so much more impressive in person. You really get to see the intricate details up close. I also really enjoy seeing abstract art and then looking at it, trying to interpret it, and then reading the little description of what it actually is. It's just really fun. Also, don't forget to call your mother. Now back to Times Square, where I passed by that giant hot dog that shoots confetti, which I didn't get a video of, but just know that's a thing that I can do. I went to Tony's Di Napoli for dinner, where I had giant family-sized calamari and lobster pasta, which was really, really filling and good. And that was on the way to go see the Book of Mormon, which was so freaking funny. I loved it. I had all the songs stuck in my head for the rest of the day. And then I went to Top of the Rock, Rockefeller Center, which is where you can see this really great nighttime view. We can go during the day too, but I went at night for the city lights, the landscape, the New York landscape. It was a little cloudy that day, but honestly, I didn't mind. You could still see all the lights, all the different landmarks. It was really peaceful up there. And then the next day, I got up early to basically go to the exact same place except during the day. I didn't go to the observation deck this time, though. I wanted to get footage of the outside, where Rockefeller Plaza is. So this is where during the winter they'll have the giant tree in the middle for Christmas and then ice skating and stuff. But during the summer, I believe they do roller skating. It was too early, so it wasn't open yet though, otherwise I still would have done it. But Yeah, I walked around, looked at all the nice gardening, the cool sculptures. I like waking up early when I travel to walk around because it's just so much less crowded. Anyway, next stop is Brooklyn. Let's go, Brooklyn. I went to that classic Instagram spot that everyone goes to for the Manhattan Bridge, and then visited the Dumbo Flea Market and Brooklyn Park, where I rode the merry-go-round. This is the footage. I didn't get to ride the ones that go up and down. Mine was stuck. I was sad. It was still fun though. And then I took the ferry back to Financial District, which is the same thing that I did last time I went. But this time I went back during the day, so the view was a bit different. Honestly, riding the ferry is one of my favorite things to do because not only is it cheap, it's only $4 one way, but you get to see this like amazing view going from pier to pier. And you can even see the Statue of Liberty from far away. Later that night, I went to Birdland Jazz Club, where I got some dinner with friends and then a show. And it's morning again. Good morning, Bryant Park. I went back to Times Square to go to the TKTS booth to get discount tickets to Chicago. And then I walked around Soho just to kill some time before the show. I grabbed some coffee. This was some like marshmallow flavored cappuccino. It was so good. And then made my way back to Times Square where I don't know if this is like a famous group or anything, but they were doing a cool dance, so I recorded it. And then it was time for Broadway show number 2, baby, Chicago. I'd watched the movie before, but I'd never seen the musical live, so I was really excited. And the tickets I got were like center mezzanine, so it was actually really nice. You can also see they had the band on stage the entire time, like behind the performers. I really like when they do that. They did something similar with Hadestown, and I just feel like it makes it feel like they respect the band members a lot more because you can see them and they're not just stuck in a pit. Anyway, after the show, I went to Junior's Diner to get some classic strawberry cheesecake, New York style, and then another classic, Joe's Pizza. Famously, the pizza place that Spider-Man goes to. I don't know if it's this exact location though. I ordered the pepperoni pizza with red sauce and then the white sauce with garlic and spinach. The spinach was kind of overpowering, so I honestly wouldn't get that one again, but the pepperoni was really, really good. Now after my pizza food coma, I woke up for my last day in New York. I had a couple hours to spare in the morning before I had to head to the airport, so I went to Grand Central Terminal. I remember playing in this area in Spider-Man. I was like, hey, I webbed a guy up in that corner over there. Anyway, after that, I went to New York Public Library, which is really close by. The architecture of this place is insane. It's so pretty. Like, just imagining how long it took to, like, carve all this stuff. Like, no one's gonna be making stuff like this anymore. No one's gonna spend this much time and effort and probably money to decorate a library. Although this building is more of a museum exhibit type of thing, there are books for research that you can check out, I believe, but the actual library is across the street. I'm so glad I got to visit this last thing before I left though, because look at this! It's the original Winnie the Pooh plushies. I got to end my trip on a really high note, and here's an inspirational quote to close it all out. And that was my New York trip. Thank you so much for watching and being so patient with me because this vlog took me forever to edit because there was so much footage. I will be going to New York again, probably at the end of the year. So if you have any recommendations of places I could check out, places to eat, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Otsuyana, bye!